Something big today is happening with Bitcoin, and watch today's whole video. We'll talk about Andrew Tate's and Iggy Azalea's altcoins.
Burn it.
But for Bitcoin, breaking MicroStrategy again to raise $500 million more by selling their stock to buy more Bitcoin. MicroStrategy is a publicly traded company they have to disclose, and this is a chart overlaid with Bitcoin's price, shown every single time MicroStrategy continues to buy, understanding in the long run, Bitcoin's price is going up. I wake up, another convertible note from MicroStrategy. But even in United States Congress, let me share with you just 45 seconds of this. US Congressman Thomas Massie says he decided to introduce a bill to end the Federal Reserve after reading the Bitcoin Standard Book.
It is way past time to reintroduce a bill to end the Federal Reserve.
And you would think something like this would get no support. I was left speechless on just how much congressional support this received.
And I was actually listening to an audiobook by Saifedean Ammous called The Bitcoin Standard. And I'll warn anybody who wants to listen to that book, the first 80% of it is not about Bitcoin. It's about money and what is money, which I think is important to understanding Federal Reserve. And also, but he has to lay that down so he can explain what Bitcoin is, because you can't assume everybody knows what money was. And frankly, I learned some things or picked up some vocabulary that I didn't have about it there. And I was listening to that tape and I'm like, it is way past time to reintroduce a bill to end the Federal Reserve. And so I put it in the hopper and I thought, man, I may be the only one. Maybe I'll get 2 or 3 co-sponsors, but I don't care. This needs to be done. I got 24 co-sponsors. So the number of co-sponsors of the bill to end the Federal Reserve in 10 years has gone up 10x. Which is remarkable.
We also have breaking news regarding Ethereum. The Ether ETFs should be fully approved by September, says SEC Chair Gary Gensler, specifically finished by this summer.
The Bitcoin ETFs were rushed at the very end. I'm assuming you remember there was constantly updates of new filings and minor changes that were going back and forth between the issuers. That was started in early October and those things launched January 10th. So that's like a 3-month time frame. My assumption is this will go a decent amount quicker. So I think they're going to launch this summer.
Turns out James Seifert was absolutely right. And again, before we talk altcoins,
I feel like I'm that guy, you know? I feel like I've done something legendary which will never be repeated and has never been done before.
Most people have no idea what's happening at a congressional level right now.
I would like to see all crypto become controllable load resources.
ERCOT recommends that Bitcoin mining be integrated as a controllable load resource to ensure grid reliability. They are starting to understand.
So ERCOT's job is to balance generation and load. And we can use load to balance that, to provide that balance just as easy as we can use generation. And so there are loads that will tell us we'll back off 50 megawatts at this price and 50 more megawatts at this price.
Now this jargon gets very technical. Stick with it. He's making a point.
And our dispatch engine will line the loads and the generators up side by side and balance according to who's the next cheapest megawatt. And we don't care if it's a load or a generator. All we care about is maintaining that balance. So controllable load resources are a way that loads can participate in very reliable way for loads to participate in the ERCOT market and the ERCOT systems, the energy management system.
And this actually goes on for another 2 minutes. Let me just cut you straight to the end, straight to the point, where ERCOT recommends that Bitcoin mining be integrated as one of those controllable load resources to ensure grid reliability.
So that's a very useful way of loads participating in a real reliable method. I would like to see all crypto become controllable load resources. That would be, from a reliability standpoint, that would be real advantageous for
all crypto become controllable load resources. What are the tools you need to manage crypto growth and Archives?
Well, there's some legal problems with that. There's some court cases out there on some software and things like that that would have to be taken care of, I think, before that could be adopted.
And in altcoin news, Andrew Tate promoted Daddy meme coin flips Iggy Azalea's Mother meme coin, which was Andrew Tate's goal the whole time, to flip Mother. In fact, he stated in one of his original tweets, "I'm supporting a coin called Daddy to flip it for the patriarchy. We're bringing the G's back. Make me an effing sandwich, females." So classic Andrew Tate. The self-proclaimed misogynist went on a spree of tweets then promoting the token, claiming he'll never sell, but instead burn the 40% of the supply he holds in his public wallet.
Burn it.
As of today, breaking news, and I guess it's on chain to prove it, Andrew Tate has officially burned $110 million worth of Daddy, 40% of the total supply. Wild.
Burn it. I feel at peace.
Feel pretty good now. No longer holding this project's tokens.
I feel like I'm that guy, you know? I feel like I've done something legendary which will never be repeated and that has never been done before. I feel like, once again, Tristan, as you quite pertinently pointed out earlier in this podcast, that it was our spirit of brotherhood that we've brought to the world and young men working together. I feel like, once again, we've changed the world.
Cleaning up crypto.
I'm waiting for the confirmation. It's done. Cheers, old friend. Students, prepare yourself for what comes next.
This is just the beginning.
Of course, Iggy Azalea was just at the New York Stock Exchange pitching Mother.
I mean, how much money have I made you guys today?
Lots.
Lots?
Hey.
Did you say maybe even billions? Perhaps?
Billions.
Do you think I could raise my market cap to 300 by the end of the day?
Of course you can.
Exactly, of course I can. Of course I can.
If you're interested in making money in cryptocurrency, click subscribe for one video per day, keeping you informed. And you have literally 1 day left to grab your tickets before ticket prices increase for Bitcoin Nashville. My brother and I are speaking. Use code ALTCOINDAILY for 10% off your ticket. Link down below, and see you tomorrow.